How you doing?
Oh, it's so hot.
It's so hot.
You guys, it's literally like the hottest day of the year.
No, tomorrow.
Don't let me exaggerate.
Don't fucking exaggerate.
Sorry for lying to you back there.
We haven't experienced the hottest day of the year yet.
It's yet to come.
Yet to come. It's tomorrow. So today also sucks.
God damn!
That leads right into my goddamn.
Ooh, tell me about it.
Is
That it's fucking hot?
It's been fucking hot. It's hot as shit. So I've had the top off the Jeep and
Hell
the
yeah.
doors off the Jeep. And then on Friday, it decided to fucking pour rain.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What do you do?
My God. Well, we woke up in the morning and I have to take the kids to school or whatever. Well, actually, Brandon was taking the kids to school. So I'm like, fuck, let's tarp the Jeep real quick.
Right. So I have a dry seat when I get in.
Yeah. Well, we also have a fucking pallet of concrete on our driveway.
Oh, god damn it.
Also not good for rain.
Yeah, it's gonna quit. Is it the quick-crete?
Yeah, the bitch is quick.
Oh no. Did it need the tarp?
Yeah, so we put the tarp over that, and then I was like, well, I have this, like, painter's cloth thing, right? So I'll throw that over the Jeep, because it was really just, like, a light sprinkle.
We
I
never
say
get
pouring.
a lot of rain.
Yeah, I say pouring. I mean, like, it's San Diego, so there was a cloud, you know?
And you felt some sprinkles.
I was like, it feels wet in the air. My hair is a little frizzy.
It feels palpable.
Yeah, so then I put
hair feels clean when I breathe it in through my nose.
It almost smells green.
Yeah, so weird.
What is that?
That's just the bushes of the desert.
Yeah. And so I put this fucking drop cloth. It's not a tarp, but it's like a painter's drop cloth thing over my Jeep, and I was like, that'll be fine. And then I went back out, and it had like sank down in the middle because it was completely soaked through, and the one puddle part was just dripping right onto my seat, and I was like, motherfucker.
Oh god damn it.
So
it like beaded right over your seat.
Right
Oh,
there,
shit.
yeah. So that was a bust. We ended up having to switch it, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, we get it tarped, and the tarp flies off a couple times. But I'm like, whatever, I don't want to put the fucking top on because it's supposed to be hot again.
Right. Like we never get a lot of rain.
Exactly. It's just for the day.
It's an anomaly, some
Then-
might say.
Brandon left for the day to do something in the truck, and then I was going to get the kids, and I was like, well, it is actively raining, but they'll get a kick out of that,
They'll
right?
fucking love it.
Yeah,
Hell
like driving around in the Jeep with the top off when it's raining is really not that bad. The rain just goes over the fucking top, right?
past you.
Thing is...
You gotta drive fast enough to where it goes sideways.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I get to the kids' school like 20, 30 minutes early.
Oh
so
god
that
damn it, no.
I can have like a decent parking spot and then go in, get them, blah, 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 right?
Right.
And I usually just sit there on my phone like it's my little fucking vacation time, right?
Me time.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was sitting there and I was like, well, I don't own an umbrella. So, because I live in San Diego.
Just put a hoodie on and zip it tight around your head and sit there
Literally.
miserably.
But it was still hot. Like, it was raining, so it was hot. So I didn't have the hoodie on, but I had a hoodie. And so I was like, well, I guess I'll shove this, like, up on the dash so that the electronics of my Jeep don't get wet.
Oh, that's smart. Is a Jeep allowed to get wet?
I don't
think
know.
so, right?
There's plugs in the, like, floorboards, so I'm guessing it's okay to get wet. And even the seats, like, just make sure they dry and they won't get moldy or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know about the electronic part.
I don't know either. I don't know the rules.
I don't either. So I shoved my hoodie there, and then I sat there for a while, and I was trying to play my phone games. It's pouring at this point. Not just a light
Didn't
San
even
Diego
find
rain.
a tree or something to park under, huh?
I couldn't find shit. There's no shade. There's nothing over there. And so then I couldn't play my phone games because all the water droplets were
Just fucking up your electronics.
Yeah, as other fingers. And I'm like, God damn it, this sucks. That's the end of that story.
So you just got drenched.
Everything was fucking soaking wet. And then the kids came out of school and they're like, Jesus Christ, you brought the Jeep. And they're kind of excited. Like, it doesn't even have the tarp on it. And I'm like, no, it doesn't.
Would you drive with a tarp on it?
No.
Yeah, I can't
No.
imagine.
But my kid was like, you must have brought something. I was like, I didn't even bring an umbrella, motherfucker.
Did they have to sit in water? Like, were their seats wet?
I brought them both sweaters and towels.
Smart.
So then, like, I kept the towels dry while it was sitting there, and then put those on for them, and they had a blast.
Oh, I
They
bet.
fucking
I would have
it.
loved that shit. Dude, some of the apex memories in my brain are like when my parents on road trips would let us roll down all the windows and just blast the music in the back seat with my fucking hair whipping around everywhere.
Yeah.
And then it takes 6 years to brush it out. Such a vibe.
See,
I can imagine not having a roof. That would have been amazing. During rain, yes, please.
all about it,
Yeah.
except for the hair part, and that's why we do the fucking tight braids and the hats
Exactly.
and things now,
Yeah.
and like buns.
Hell yeah.
But it's because I'm chasing that feeling. Like,
Yeah.
I want the windows down. I want fucking
Right.
loud music and all of that. So I hope my kids will end up liking it too.
Oh, it's a fucking, you made a core memory. Like, they're going to joke about it when they get older. Like, Mom used to pick us up in the Jeep when it was fucking raining. No roof on.
No roof. It's one of those summer rains. You just got to grit through it, you know?
Yeah, for sure I fucking know. My kids are like, can we roll the windows down? I'm like, I don't fucking care. It's not enough rain to ruin anything.
Right. It's like you spilled a fucking water back here.
I'm more just sweaty. Like, oh, it's humid.
Why is it so hot?
And I have the AC blasting on me. Like, cool off the rain droplets.
Right. It was fun.
Oh, that's cute. I love that.
Yeah.
Was that Friday, you said?
Yeah, that was Friday. It's all fucking dried up. It dried up immediately.
Oh, my God.
It might have been Thursday. I think it was Thursday.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I do know that it rained for like a day and a half, and it was like the apex of the world around here.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Yeah, everyone was like, oh my God.
It got wet.
Oh, man.
Shit. Well, you want to hear my goddamn?
I sure do.
It's school related also. Can you imagine? So I know I've been complaining about my younger one going to class. Well, it was kind of the week from hell last week also. It was quite the struggle. But then the first day I got him to go to class and everything. And then I went to go pick him up at the end of the day. And Lee was there. Like, we're making this a family event. We're going to get through this together and we're going to make this work. Not like what happened when I was a kid.
We're going to trauma bond.
Yeah. Where I was just told to fucking suck it up and get in there, champ.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's after school. I'm so excited to see my little kid, to see how he did, because I'm so proud of him. Like, God, all we need is smooth days. And we're waiting outside. And the first couple of weeks, all the parents like bum rush the gates.
Yeah.
So then you can't see your kid. And I'm so worried about him seeing me because that's his like anxiety, right? Like, you're not going to be there when I get out. So I'm like trying to make sure that he can see me, but there's fucking people everywhere. And I step to the side and my flip-flop feels funny. Guys.
Did you Jimmy Buffett it?
My flip-flop fucking broke. I was like a Jimmy Buffett song.
Oh, no.
And it happened right as my kid was coming out.
Oh, no.
And so I'm like, what the fuck do I do? Like, I look like a goddamn hillbilly out here. I had to take my shoe off, right?
One fucking shoe.
And I kept trying to tuck, like, the little tabbies back in. Like, maybe I could walk, and I would take one step, and it would flip right off. I've never had a flip-flop break that bad in public. And it was in front of everybody at this school, which half these people I went to high school with, you know?
Right.
Not that anybody's really going to judge me. You're going to see one person without their flip-flop on. You're going to be like, oh, that fucking sucks. And it's hot. And the ground was hot.
Oh,
and
no.
I'm like, and we parked like across the street because there's so many people.
You're going to have to huff it across the fucking street?
I had to fucking huff it across a pedestrian bridge and everything with broken glass and everything without a goddamn flip-flop on. But and that was like my last fucking straw, right?
Yeah.
Because like the week before he wouldn't go to school. That Monday, it was like the worst day ever. And so this was the first day where we got him to go. So I'm in my own trauma, having the worst day ever, but trying to like appreciate that he went and that it's getting better. You know, when you're like, you can see the light, but you just don't want to believe it yet because you just feel like the world's going to shit on you again.
You're
well,
like
that was how I was feeling.
Crawling out of it and your fucking flip-flop breaks.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then I had to maintain my rage in public while I'm holding my fucking flip-flop. And then my kids came and they thought it was the funniest thing ever.
You're like, give me your fucking shoe.
Yeah. As I'm walking on the black asphalt with no fucking shoe on. Jesus Christ.
Well, good thing you have Walmart feet, though.
Yeah, actually, I was like, I've been training my whole life for this. I turned it into a positive.
I would have died. Or like Brandon, he would have had blisters.
It was pretty toasty. And then when we got to the glass part, my younger son, I had told him, I was like, Mommy has to be careful over here because there's glass. Like, can you walk in front of me and let me know where there's glass? And he was doing so good at like navigating me. Such a sweetheart. But yeah, my fucking blew out a flip-flop.
Oh, no.
What a day, huh? Just like the world to just shit on you one last time.
Right.
Oh, those shoes? Fuck you. You should really be appreciative more.
Those shoes that you haven't had to replace in 10 years?
Yeah. Well, good news is my birthday's coming up, and I always get flip-flops for my birthday. It's always the same brand.
That is good news, though.
And I pulled out my old retirement ones, you know?
Yeah.
Here they are.
Yeah. You
So
got some
something.
spares out.
Anyway.
Anyway.
This week, this episode is coming to you straight from Dill Pickle.
Thanks, Dill.
I'm going to tell you about Heather Elvis.
All right. Elvis. She's in the building?
No.
Okay.
Because her last name's not Presley.
Well, her last name's Elvis.
Yeah, but that's not how it works.
It's different.
It's different.
Okay.
It's similar.
She's around the corner. She's not in the building.
Yeah.
She's next door.
She'll be coming around the mountain.
Yeah.
Okay, so Heather Elvis. She was born on June 30th, 1993 in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Oh, shit. I've heard that's a fun place.
Oh, I used to watch that. There was like a Myrtle Beach trailer park TV show.
I remember that.
Loved it.
Yeah.
They need to bring that back.
Very white trash.
I felt at home.
Just trash. I don't know. I don't remember what kind
I'm
of
pretty
trash
sure
it
most
was.
of them were white.
Yeah.
Like white, old, sunburnt, tanned ladies.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
such a vibe
Yeah.
for it.
That fucking leather skin.
With
Love
like
it.
neon nail polish.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like I'm at home. It's
Cheetah
like
print tankinis.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And they all have like tube tops, but their tits are so big and saggy.
And like long. Like, why
Yeah.
are your tube tops sagging?
You know, it's like at their belly button.
Yeah.
Button.
Just keeps it all together.
Right. I'm just jealous.
Honestly. I'm jealous of the confidence.
Same. So, Myrtle Beach, in case you don't know, is known as mostly a tourist destination, and it's a hot travel spot for spring breakers.
I have heard that.
Yeah. Heather was known as laid back, soft spoken, and kind.
So
When-
not very Myrtle Beach at all.
No, she's very calm for Myrtle Beach.
All right.
When she wasn't hanging out with her friends, she would be with family, and she was a very social girly.
Okay.
After graduating high school, she got a job at the Tilted Kilt.
Oh, fun.
I know, right? So, and if you don't know, it's a pub restaurant chain in the U.S., and usually the girls dress like hussies. It's sort of like Hooters, but like more food and a little classier, I guess.
It's just a different gimmick.
Yeah,
Like instead
same
of
thing, though.
the owl and the leotard short shorts, it's like a little bra.
Kilt,
like
yeah,
a
like
plaid
schoolgirl plaid
Yeah.
shit, yeah.
It's
Like,
cute though.
Short skirt and just a titty shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and then like babes. Like the rules are, you got to be a babe to work there, or you got to dress like a babe.
Yeah, yeah. There's a certain look
Clientele.
they're going for.
Yeah. Okay, so she's working at the Tilted Kilt.
Good for her.
Right? The restaurant was located on the beach near shops and other restaurants in the touristy area. So, in the middle of the hype.
Fun.
Heather loved working at the Kilt. She was known to show up 30 minutes early for every shift, and she made good friends with her coworkers, and they hung out all the time.
30 minutes is too early.
I know, but do you remember like when we worked at the smoothie shop?
Ain't got shit else to do.
Yeah, and you're just like, whatever, can you make me a smoothie? And you're hanging out in the back waiting to clock in.
Yeah,
And you're like,
yeah.
why are you here? You have to be here forever.
Yeah. Well,
Go
you're
home.
going to be here all fucking night.
Anyway, look at this game I just made up. You want to play it with me? Oh, here comes the boss.
Quick, duck.
Okay, so that's what she's doing, right?
Yeah.
All of her coworkers hung out all the time. She moved out of her childhood home and into an apartment with Brianna Worrellman, who went by Bree.
Okay.
And she was a fellow coworker at the Kilt. So
Okay.
she moves in, they're coworkers and they're roomies. Heather also began studying cosmetology, and she dreamed of being a makeup artist.
Fun.
Listen, I feel like she's crossing all the T's in this
Girly
Tilted
girl
Kilt
world.
role. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In June of 2013, Heather, who was 20 at the time, met a man by the name of Sidney Moorer, who was 37.
Sydney is a man.
Yep.
All right.
And he also worked at the Tilted Kilt.
Let's call him Sid.
Sid. I
He
like
seems
it.
like a Toy Story bad guy. you know?
37 Sid, hanging out with Heather, who's 20,
Oh.
at the
ugh.
Tilted Kilt.
Yeah.
Now, Sid,
Too old.
he worked as a maintenance man in the kitchen, as well as various other restaurants in the area.
Okay.
Maintenance man in the kitchen? What's he doing? Fucking fixing fryers? Like, what are we doing?
Fixing ovens. You got a fucking duct problem.
Yeah, this
He's
microwave
on
is
it.
out.
Sid
Heyo.
got it.
He'll clear those ducks, no problem.
Know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean. Now, Heather and Sid, they started to see each other, and they became an item. And
He's so much older than her.
yeah,
there's
he's
a lot of red
17
flags.
years older than he was 17 when she was born.
That's gross. Ew.
But she's 20,
Yeah.
so she's legal.
Yeah. Do you
So-
remember being 20? We're
I
fucking
do.
stupid.
So fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I know.
If a grown ass, almost 40-year-old man.
He just wants to see your vagina.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to tickle your whispering eye
Mm-hmm.
with
He
his
wants
wand.
to tilt that kilt.
Yeah, he's in for it. I bet he fucking loved that job.
Yeah.
So they started to see each other, and they became an item, and coworkers said their relationship quickly became serious.
Okay.
Sydney would often show up at the Kilt to bring her food and coffee on his days off. So super cute, right?
Mm.
However,
I hate everything about it just because of the age difference.
I know, I love it. I'm
He's
here for it.
almost older than you are alive. Like,
right.
the amount
barely,
of time.
barely.
Yeah. That's
Barely.
fucking crazy.
That is
gross.
great. He's doubled the lifespan of you.
Yeah.
He has a lot more experience, and he knows how to manipulate.
Ugh.
So, as it turns out, Sydney also just so happened to be married to a woman named Tammy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. And together they had 3 kids.
Ooh.
So he had a whole ass fucking family.
So that experience that you were talking about that he had,
Yeah, he lived a whole ass fucking life.
more of it. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Did she know, Heather?
No,
Or
I don't
Tammy.
know actually. Well, let's see. Let's read together.
All right.
I gotta imagine they knew, right? So they were pretty hot and heavy and stupid.
Gross.
And so on November 2nd, 2013, Tammy, Sidney's wife, discovered the affair.
Bum, bum, bum.
Now, I don't know if Heather knew or not. Maybe as we read, we'll find out. But
Yeah.
Tammy now knows.
God damn it, Sid.
God damn it. Tammy made about 60 calls that day to the Tilted Kilt and to Heather's personal phone
Whoa.
until Heather finally answered and Tammy laid into Heather on the phone.
Okay. First of all, ladies, yell at your man.
Right.
Not at the other woman. Unless
Stand
she
by
knew.
your man.
But also, even if she did know, your man knew too. You know? Like,
For
your
sure.
man knows he's
For
not
sure.
supposed to be
For sure.
dipping around.
We always
in
go
the
after the
company
wrong
Inc.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. She gets Heather on the phone.
And she's like, Jolene.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm begging of you, please don't take my bag.
Fucking, what has Sid got, you know?
Yeah, a fucking beer-flavored dick, evidently. So Sidney told Heather that Tammy didn't care about him and was abusive towards him.
Mm-hmm.
At this point...
And Heather was like, well, she did call me 50 times.
Yeah,
so
that tracks.
I could see it.
I'm seeing it. At this point, Heather believed that Sidney was going to leave his wife, so she was just like, oh, that's just your crazy ex.
My God.
Okay?
With 3 kids.
Yeah.
That are probably as old as her.
Possibly. Tammy began further harassing Heather with blowing up both Heather and Sidney's phone and demanding that they meet face to face.
No.
Nah, bitch, I'm good.
No thank you. I'm busy.
Hard pass, you scare me.
Yeah.
Tammy would send pictures and videos to Heather of her, Tammy, having sex with Sidney.
Ooh.
Gross.
Why?
But like, aren't you jealous?
No, bitch. That's
What the
your
fuck?
husband.
What the fuck?
Like, what?
I don't know, but I guess Tammy thought that Heather and Sidney weren't banging or anything, so she was like kind of bragging, like, at least I get him in this way. But I don't know. I think they were banging.
Why would you assume that his girlfriend's not banging him? His
He's
20-year-old girlfriend.
I'm sure that Sidney was like, no, it's not like that.
Well, it's just an emotional thing.
I
She
was
cares
gonna
about
say
me.
that too.
Yeah.
Get out of here, that bullshit.
Fucking gross.
Heather became increasingly scared to do anything alone, thinking that Tammy was watching her every move. Fucking rightfully so. And eventually, I guess the harassment got to be too much and Heather stopped speaking to Sidney.
Good.
I know. And after a while, it seemed Tammy took a break from harassing her. So that was like a smart move on Heather's part.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you should excuse yourself from that messy situation. At least
Exactly.
until he has it figured out.
Exactly. Around mid-November 2013, Sidney and Tammy bought a new black Ford F-150 and took a 3-week trip to California to salvage their marriage.
Okay.
So Heather's out of the picture at this point.
Yeah.
Heather began gaining weight after stopping all contact with Sidney in early November.
Mm-hmm.
She actually had to get a new work uniform because the old one was too small. Gasp, rude. Why are we outing her?
Honestly.
Oh, I know why we're outing her. I remember now.
Uh-oh. Is she pregnant?
Oh, you're so quick. Okay, I was like,
no.
damn, Dill, why are we going after her? Wait.
Just a fucking cup size. You can hide it.
Oh my God. Okay, so she had to get a new work uniform. She began to think she was pregnant, and the only possible father would have been Sidney, right?
Oh, no. This motherfucker's not looking for a 4th kid.
No way. According to her manager, she took a pregnancy test at work but got the error result, so we don't really know.
Oh.
It wasn't false, but it also wasn't positive.
Yeah. Well, they come in 2-packs, bitch.
Right? Go to Walmart. Like,
Take
you
the
don't
next
have
one.
to go to the dollar store.
You're at the Tilted Kilt. I feel like you're around a convenience store.
They gotta have like a fucking dispensary in the bathroom for the women's next to the pads and the tampons. Like,
Right.
and a pregnancy
a pregnancy
kit.
test
Yeah.
and a drug test.
Oh my God. By the beginning of December 2013, Heather seemed to get her spark back and she started to date again. I don't know if that means she wasn't pregnant, but that's only a month away from when everything started to get a little snug.
I mean, you know how that first month is like
Bloating.
Jesus. Yeah, a lot of bloating. And then you're like, you know what? It's not so bad. And then the morning sickness.
Yeah.
If you get that.
Around 5 months is when you're like, oh no.
There is something in there.
There's a watermelon growing in there. It's like heavy.
Yeah, but for a while you just feel like one of those aliens from Men in Black. You're
Yeah.
like, I just feel like I carry my weight in my lower abdomen now.
Yeah, I don't understand what's happening.
My pants just don't button, but everything else fits right.
I just really need that burrito also.
Yeah.
Like all the cheese.
But I did have a heavy lunch. So it
Could be anything.
out.
Could be anything.
Could be that guy I banged.
So she started to get her spark back and she's starting to date again in December.
Okay.
On December 17th, 2013, Heather had gone to her parents' house to spend some time with her family and was excited about a new job opportunity that she had as a makeup artist.
Ooh, fun.
I know, right? I guess she had gotten a job at a local beauty parlor, and she was due to start around Christmas time.
Aww.
And she wanted to go to school for cosmetology, so this is right up. She's like, all right, we're advancing up in the world of life.
Get in your career, girl.
That's right. She was also excited about a date that she was going to go on that night with a boy that she knew from back from high school.
Mm-hmm.
And his name was Stephen Schiraldi.
Okay, what's up, Schiraldi?
Right? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but probably.
Feels like it's right. It's how he should say it.
Right? That's what I was thinking. Heather left her parents' house that night with plans of meeting up with Stephen at 10 p.m. for their date. So it's a late night date. You remember being 20.
Yeah, barely.
I don't know who she is or was.
Yeah.
But 20-year-old us would have gone out on a date at 10.
Yeah. Fucking
After you get off your shift?
now your old me is like, absolutely not.
I know. But I remember at the smoothie shop, we'd get out at 10, have to clean, probably not be done till 11.
It's true.
And then I would go over to Lee's house till 2 in the morning when curfew was.
Yeah. Hang out.
Right?
Yeah.
Just enough time to get into trouble.
Different times.
Yep. So that's what she did. Okay, so 10 p.m. they had a date, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stephen picked Heather up, and the couple drove around the local neighborhoods looking at Christmas lights.
Aw.
They later drove to an empty parking lot where Stephen taught Heather how to drive his manual transmission.
You know what I mean? Play with my stick.
Hey, yo. And Heather took photos of herself driving the stick shift and sent them to her father and her roommate, Bree, right? Because she's like, I guess her father had tried to teach her or whatever. And she's like, look, I'm learning from this random boy in a parking lot at 11 o'clock at night.
Her dad was so proud.
Yeah, I'm sure. Stephen dropped Heather off at their Carolina Forest apartment around 1:15 a.m. that morning. And by there, I mean Heather and Bree's apartment, not Stephen.
Yeah, yeah.
So 1:15 in the morning, she gets dropped off. Stephen's mom later confirms that Stephen returned home shortly after this time frame. So just to like corroborate what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
This is the last time that anyone sees Heather alive because around 20 minutes later, so at 1:35 a.m., a phone call was placed to Heather's phone from a local payphone, and the call lasted 5 minutes.
Okay.
A few moments later, Heather called her best friend and roomie, Brianna, who was out of town visiting her parents at this time, so she wasn't home.
Okay.
But Heather's home. Heather calls Bree and says that Sidney had just called her. So that's who called from the payphone, presumably, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sidney had just called her and was telling her that he was planning on leaving his wife for Heather.
Oh, my God.
And asked her to meet up with him. Okay?
Uh-oh.
Now, Heather just went on a date and is moving on.
Yeah.
She's finally getting her spark back.
Yeah. And she's like, this is a boy my age, and he's teaching me how to drive stick.
Right.
This is fun.
Just like a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
And then Slimeball enters the picture again. Slimeball Sid enters the picture again.
No.
Okay? And he's like, I'm going to leave my whole family for you. Let's hang out.
Why are you calling me from a payphone?
Right?
Like an unknown number? That's so fucking suspicious. You luring me
What's
somewhere?
caller ID?
Yeah.
Just kidding. Okay. Later on, from a payphone. Or on the way home. On the payphone.
Said I was a cops.
And your husband's in jail. The state looks down on sodomy. And that bitch hung up on me. So that's what's happening in Heather's world, right? Sydney's like, hey, come kick it.
And she's
And
like,
she calls
nah.
Bree. She calls Bree and she's like, can you fucking believe this motherfucker called me from a payphone for 5 minutes and he's been yapping about how he wants to hang out.
Yeah.
Heather was hysterical on the phone with her roommate, and Brianna encouraged Heather not to meet up with Sidney and to move on. Like, your life is so much better without that fool.
Yeah, yeah. Don't bring him back into it. You remember the drama. And Tammy.
Right. Yeah. Remember how we were afraid back there?
Remember how that shit was fucking crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Stop.
So this is the last timestamp we have on Heather's official whereabouts.
Okay.
Now, I think Brianna was concerned about Heather because the state of hysteria that she was in, right? She's like, freaking out. And Brianna's like trying to calm her down. And so the following day after that phone call, which was December 18th, Brianna calls Heather to reach out to her. Like, hey, that was crazy last night. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
You didn't go out, right?
Right. But Heather didn't answer her phone. So then this concerned Brianna more. But nothing is done immediately, right? She's just like, that's weird. She normally answers.
Yeah. Maybe she's sleeping in.
Hope she didn't go out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wonder how that story ends. Then on December 19th, 2013, at around 4 a.m. in the morning, an officer out on patrol discovers Heather's green Dodge Intrepid.
Intrepid?
Intrepid. It's not like I know where to inflect my voice, all right?
I get it.
I don't even know what that is. Do you? Google
no.
it. Is it a car?
Guessing it's a vehicle. It's a Dodge Intrepid, probably a sedan.
Like Dodge Neon, like one of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe. Anyway.
We could look it up.
I could have, but I didn't.
It's probably green. You did say it's green.
It is green. Yeah. Anyway, so her car was abandoned at the Peachtree Landing boat launch along the Waccamaw River, which is about 8 miles from Heather's apartment.
Okay.
So fairly close.
Yeah.
And her car's just abandoned in the parking lot. It was parked perpendicular to the parking stalls, so not intentionally parked in a spot. Like if you roll up in the middle of the night and you just land wherever.
Yeah.
Peachtree Landing is a very remote boat landing on the south side of Myrtle Beach, so it's not something that any tourist would have been able to find easily.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely not a place that you'd hang out at night. There's no like lighting or anything around there. It's a weird spot for her car. It's a great place to leave a car, you know?
Yeah.
Later, when the cops passed by again, because they just drove by at 4 a.m, and they're like, that's weird, that car's parked there, and there's nobody here.
They're probably necking.
Right. Well, there's nobody in it, and they're just like, huh, weird. But they didn't do anything about it. Like, maybe they'll come and get it, and we can avoid a tow.
Yeah. I don't want to do the paperwork.
Right. So they drive by later in the morning or whatever, and the car still had not moved, so the police ran the plates, and they came back as belonging to Terry Elvis, which is Heather's father.
Mm-hmm.
Police go to Terry's home to ask if the car had been stolen, and it turns out the car wasn't stolen. It was the car that Heather used, right? It was just in her dad's name. And her dad then realized he hadn't heard from Heather in like a day and a half or whatever, and so he starts to panic, like, oh shit, that's weird. Her car should not be here. Nobody had a missing persons. Like, Brianna didn't call the parents or anything yet. The parents find out from the car being found.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh shit, where's our daughter?
Yeah. Well, that doesn't seem that abnormal, you know, if Bree was out of town.
Right,
it's
right.
Like, there's really no cause for alarm yet.
No, I don't think her actions are that. I mean, it would be normal for us to send out a person's report, but we're psycho.
Yeah.
And not in 2013, we wouldn't have.
But it would also have been like a, I don't know, discussed before.
Yeah.
Type of situation. But Bree's out of town, so she doesn't even know that she's like not there.
No, she's just not picking up her phone call, that one call the next morning.
One call. And my parents, I go days without talking to them.
Exactly. That's why this has got to be an alarming way to find out your daughter's missing.
Ugh.
Like the fucking car is found.
That's horrible.
Right? So her parents start to panic.
Mm-hmm.
Terry and officers go back to the car with a spare key and they search it. It appeared to be exactly how Heather had would have left it. It was messy and like shit strewn about everywhere.
Preach.
#relatable.
Got all your spare clothes in there.
6 cans of hairspray.
The only reason the Jeep is clean is because I'm like, it'll fly away.
Right? It'll go out the window.
But during winter, that bitch is stocked.
Uh-huh. Heather's driver's license was found in the car, but her cell phone and her purse were missing.
Okay.
Heather was not answering texts or phone calls, and she did not show up for work that Saturday, so she was officially filed as a missing person late in the day on December 19th.
Yeah. And she would have called work. Like, she would go in early and all that, right?
Right.
That's
very much not like her.
Suspicious, yeah.
And so at this point, she's been missing, like, let's just say 2 days, but probably a day and a half or whatever in the actual timeline, since, like, her last known whereabouts were, like, early 18th morning, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the police and friends began searching and calling local hospitals to try and trace her steps that Friday night. It came about that someone named Heather Elvis had checked herself in and out of a nearby hospital, but it turned out to be someone else with that same name.
What?
Fucking who?
Yeah, that's
Who?
weird.
What are the odds? Elvis?
I mean,
Heather?
if
They're
you have
both
to
pretty
choose a last
common.
name, you know, Heather's pretty common. I feel like I had someone with my maiden name, like there was another person.
Really?
Yeah.
That would shock me.
Yeah.
Not me. My fucking maiden name was quite simple.
Right.
Like, my family fucking for sure owned slaves.
I think yours came from the Babysitter's Club.
I think it did. Yeah, right? Oh my God.
Originated.
Which kind of sucks because I, like, already am just a white chick who doesn't have a fucking nationality to trace back to. Like, my biggest one is Scotland, but even then, like, it's not like anyone in my family was like, anyway,
This is where we
here's our
live.
Scottish crest. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, my God. So, okay. A massive search was conducted, starting at the remote boat ramp where the car was found.
Yes.
Officers, friends, family, volunteers, helicopters, canines, all assisted in the search. Full
God
fucking
damn.
search.
The
Let's get
entire
Heather back.
fucking trifecta.
Right? Quadrifecta.
A lot of fecta.
Yeah.
Septfecta.
Ooh, hey, yo, octa.
Ooh.
How far can we go?
Octafecta.
Deca.
Whoa, the whole decafecta.
I expect that if I ever go missing.
Oh, there will be a decafecta looking for you.
The river that the boat ramp led to was thoroughly searched as well.
Yeah.
Heather was nowhere to be found, and the tag hashtag Find Heather Elvis soon began trending on social media, and her family heavily delved into social media to see if anyone knew anything.
Yeah. And the other Heather Elvis in town was like, I am not her.
I just had a long night of drinking and needed some saline.
My bad.
Upon searching Heather's apartment, police found another empty pregnancy test box, but were unable to recover the actual test. And this is still just in December, right? So we don't fucking know.
So maybe
somebody's pregnant, and maybe somebody told somebody when they called him that she was pregnant, and maybe he was like, I'm gonna leave my whole family, come meet me, let's just clear this all up.
Bring the test, though, so that you can prove it, too. You know,
and
that's why
meet
it's
me
not in
at
the
the
house.
boat ramp.
Oh, no.
And she's like, he loves me. He'd never do anything.
Ooh.
So, like I said, they don't find the actual test. At this time, another name kept popping up for the police when talking to friends and coworkers, which was Sydney's name, right? Sidney Moorer,
Yeah.
the kitchen maintenance dude at the Kilt.
Everyone's like, did you talk to the old man she was semi-dating?
Right, exactly. And the police heard the name enough that they were like, I think we should talk to Sydney. Stay here.
Or at least Tammy. I don't know. Both of them?
One
maybe?
of them?
One at a time?
Heather's family had never heard about Sydney because she never told them.
Yeah, because I wouldn't either.
No
If I
way.
was dating a man 17 years older than me, I wouldn't be like, anyway, Dad, here's someone who could be your fucking cousin.
Right? You probably went to high school with him.
Yeah.
Exactly. But Bree, the roommate, was like, no, you definitely need to look in this guy. There was a bunch of drama, all kinds of shit. She knew everything, right? Best friend, roommate, coworker. She's got the tea. So Bree gave them Sydney's number.
Yeah.
The Elvis family called the number to see if he knew where Heather was, to which he yelled and screamed at them on the phone and then hung up. That's not suspicious.
Sir, I asked you a question.
Right.
That doesn't warrant this kind of response.
Right.
Also, my daughter is missing. Fuck you for yelling at me.
Like,
Yeah.
help us. You want any more evidence that you seem pretty suspicious and guilty? It's your reaction.
Yeah, you are just building the fucking blocks here.
Yep.
Wow. What a fucking bitch, first of all.
Yeah, what a little fucking punk.
Yeah. Ugh, hate it.
I hate him too. So police then reach out to Sidney and Tammy, and it turns out Sidney had spoken to Heather on the phone at 6 a.m. the morning of December 18th after her date with Steven. 6 a.m.
Okay.
That's weird because we didn't have that timestamp, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, he called her to ask her to leave him alone and that he didn't want to go get back together with her.
Hey, I know we haven't spoken in a month and a half or whatever,
right.
But you need to leave me alone.
Right. Go away.
That's why I called her.
Right. At
Even
6
though she
a.m.
didn't reach out.
At 6 a.m. when you don't have any timestamps of anything at 6 a.m.
Leave me alone.
But I called her at 6 to tell her to leave me alone.
Because you're being so persistent in fucking what? Calling me, being with me, being on dates with other people. Fuck you.
Get
what a
out
loser.
Here. You're
Ew.
such a loser. So he said he called her because he didn't want to get back to her, no matter how much she had been insisting in the past few weeks that they get back together. Like, he's going to go live his whole life.
Oh, my God.
This contradicts what Bree is telling the police. Bree's like, I talked to Heather at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, and she was tripping because he wanted to get back with her, and I had to actively talk her down.
Yeah. This contradicts with reality.
Right. Yeah. I reject your reality.
He
Substitute it
is.
with the fucking truth.
He's trying to. But
Yeah. However, it turns out phone records are a thing, and when the police checked the records, Heather had not contacted Sidney whatsoever in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, he reached out. All we have...
Exactly.
Yes. All we
Exactly.
have is that pay phone randomly calling her the night she goes missing.
Which is still not her reaching out to anyone.
Exactly. And then we have the fact that Bree says Heather said it was Sidney.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like we have enough circumstantial evidence here to understand who the fuck was on that phone and what the truth is. So,
And
the police
how
are like,
aggressive you are. Girl, he is just...
a mess,
Yeah,
right?
not
you
doing it
He
right.
also was with Tammy, who was, like, assaulting her. Like, how many more red flags do we need?
Right.
Like
This
you
is
said,
obviously
go after your dude.
a volatile relationship.
People?
Yeah.
100%. So, obviously, the police are like, that's suspicious.
However, see how that doesn't check out.
Yeah, I see how that's not the truth. Heather's phone records, after getting dropped off at 1:15 a.m. by Steven on December 18th, are as follows. At 1:35 a.m., a phone call from an unknown number lasting 5 minutes happened. Never called Heather before, but was traced back to a payphone in Myrtle Beach area. And Heather did not know it was a payphone, right, when she gets the call. At 1:44 a.m., Heather calls her roommate Bree, who was out of town, and Bree later says Heather is hysterical crying and clearly in distress. Heather tells her the payphone call was from Sidney, who apologized to her and said that he was just scared of Tammy and that they were no longer together, so he wanted to see Heather that night. Bree was like, girl, definitely do not do that. Sleep it off, and we will figure it out in the morning, right? Shortly after Bree's call, Heather placed 2 calls to the payphone that had previously called her, but both went unanswered. So she's like, hey, let me meet up with you. Let me just go against everything my bestie just told me.
Or at least just call it back and maybe talk to him.
Like, I'm not going to meet you up where you say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at 2:32 a.m., Heather leaves her apartment, and we know this based off of where her phone pings when in use. So, like,
Okay.
it's hitting towers, and she's no longer in her apartment. So I guess you could argue her phone was no longer in her apartment, but we're going to go ahead and assume that she's with her phone.
Yeah. That is also not found.
Right. 2:43 a.m., Heather calls the payphone again with no answers. So she's out of the house now, probably like, hey, I'm where we said we would be. I'm, again, speculating on that one.
Yeah. Or where you said you were.
Right. Heather sits in a parking lot near Longboard's Bar and Grill, which is a place that Sidney would frequent, and she calls the payphone 6 more times. Still nobody answering, but she's in a parking lot by herself, clearly waiting for someone.
Yeah.
In my eyes.
Yeah.
Like, there's no need for you to leave the apartment. It's not like you need a private conversation.
Right. Yeah. You're waiting to meet up and you're like, I'm here or whatever.
Right. So she eventually heads back to her apartment, and at 3:16 a.m., Heather calls Sidney's cell after arriving home, but nobody answers again. At 3:17 a.m., Heather calls his phone again, to which somebody answers, and the call lasts 4 minutes. Sidney's phone pinged from his home when that call was made, so he was home when she called him.
What?
At 3:37 a.m.
Wait, you said Sydney's phone. Oh, Sydney's phone.
Yeah,
Okay.
Heather's at her apartment now,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Finally
Okay.
gets him to answer. They talk for 4 minutes. Sydney's at home also at this
Okay.
time. So everybody's home. At 3:37 a.m., Heather gets back into her car after this call.
Girl, go to bed.
I know. And she drives straight to Peachtree Landing, which is only 4 miles away from where Sidney and Tammy lived. 8 miles from where Heather lives, but only 4 miles away from Sidney and Tammy. So very close to everybody. Closer to him. 3:38 a.m., 3:39 a.m., 3:40, and 3:41 a.m., Heather made 4 more calls to Sidney's cell, all directly going to voicemail.
Oh my God.
So she's probably waiting there for him again. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm at the next spot.
I'm here again.
Yep.
Are you fucking coming?
Exactly. Shortly after this, Heather's phone goes dead. It was not turned off. It dies.
Oh no.
Oh, no. So that story that Sidney had claimed that he and Heather had only spoken once at 6 a.m. that morning was totally bogus because they had been on the phone like back to back.
On account of the facts.
Right. Exactly.
That's not accurate.
And Heather's phone was never turned back on after 3:41 a.m. Ever. Like, still to this day has never been turned back on. I guess it's also worth noting that it's unclear if Heather was the one with the phone or if someone else was using it, but the data is all sourced through her phone, right? Kind of what I said earlier.
Yeah. It could just be her phone, but it's most likely.
But it's got her car, and she's missing.
And her driver's
It's kind of
license.
weird, and her phone died, and her purse is gone.
Sounds like it's probably her.
So, on December 20th, police visit Sidney and Tammy's home, which was owned by Tammy's parents who lived next door.
Okay.
Okay? Tammy's father came at them all like hot when the police showed up.
Sounds like it's fucking genetic.
And said there's nothing he wouldn't do to protect his daughter, and he was being all kinds of difficult for the police.
Yeah.
Okay, Susan, chill out.
That's not actually the best way to go. I don't
Turns
know if
out.
you know this.
Turns out telling the truth is probably the better way to go.
Or just cooperating. Like, if you did something wrong and you're not going to tell the truth, don't come at it aggressively. Because they'll fucking put you on the ground.
Don't show all your cards out. What, have you never played poker?
Honestly.
Tammy at first refused to talk to the police, but eventually was able to be talked into coming out and walking the police around the property.
Okay. And here's where I put her.
Yeah, here's where I buried her.
This is where her cell phone is.
The property had an extensive security system with cameras everywhere in and outside of the home.
Okay.
They had an entire room set up inside with monitors for viewing said cameras. So
I
they
wish I had a room for my cameras. I
fucking
don't even
right.
have the cameras, but I need the spare room first.
I know, so that you could have a wall of monitors.
Exactly.
Evidently, they fucking think they're secret agents or some shit, and the police asked to search the black Ford truck, right?
Yeah.
Like, you got all the surveillance or whatever. Let me see your truck.
Yeah.
And if you'll remember, this is the F-150 that they had just purchased, right?
Yeah.
Brand new truck.
So it shouldn't have a whole bunch of other people's DNA in it.
But Tammy was like, nah, I don't have any keys for that, but you can totally search the camper over there, but you can't search the truck.
The camper, you have
Yeah.
the keys for it, but you don't have the keys for your daily driver?
Your new truck? No.
Okay.
Outside the camper, there was a bag of cement mix, a bottle of bleach, and a shotgun shell, and a neat little pile.
Okay.
Sidney eventually agreed to come in for a formal interview, and he said he and Tammy had been together the entire night of December 17th into the morning of December 18th.
We are each other's alibi.
Yep.
Till
Solid.
death do us part.
Solid alibi.
Mm-hmm.
They went to Longboard's bar. This is what he's claiming, right? We went to Longboard's bar, then to Walmart, and then we arrived home at around 3:10 a.m., and he maintained that he spoke with Heather at 6 a.m. Now, the police know that this is a lie.
Yeah.
He said that he never called Heather from any payphone, and he said he didn't know payphones still existed at this point. Sure.
Okay.
Police began piecing together CCTV footage that night, and they discover a black Ford truck pull into a gas station near the payphone that called Heather at 1:33 a.m. on the 18th. So he's fucking lying.
Yeah. And then they see him get out of his vehicle.
They see a man get out and use the payphone, and then he leaves. But it's unclear if it's Sidney or not because of the state of the camera, right? Like, it's all fuzzy, blurry, whatever.
But it's the same truck.
Right. And it looks an awful lot like him. So one might deduce that that was Sidney. Police confront Sidney about this, and he's like, oh, shit, yeah, that was me.
Oh, wait. Did you say payphone?
Heather? Oh, Heather!
I do actually know where a payphone is and how to work one.
Yeah.
Because I'm 7 years old.
Fucking weird. And I checked for change before I used it. 'Cause
You
we
know
all
I
do.
did.
And we're afraid of needles, but we still do it. That never happened. Nobody was ever getting AIDS from the needles in a payphone, but we were all scared about it.
But we put our fingers in carefully.
Oh, my God. So, you're... Anyway, so he's like, oh, yeah, that was me. But he says he only called Heather to tell her to leave him alone.
Yeah, from all
Obviously.
the times that she was not calling him.
Obviously.
Again.
He's being not harassed. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta remind her.
Yeah, you got to remind. Hey, stay away though, because I'm happily married.
Yeah. So obviously your story's full of fucking lies.
Mm-hmm.
Police then talk to Tammy, and she tells them that her and Sidney were in an open relationship and and she had never had any hard feelings towards Heather.
Except for all those 60 fucking phone calls
Except for me harassing her on the daily
and
witnesses being available to see that.
all of her friends being corroborating the story of her
Right.
fucking
Right.
being harassed.
And she was like, I have so many other men in my life. Like, I'm not jealous whatsoever.
Tammy sounds like a fucking peach.
Right. Several of Sydney's friends were questioned and confirmed that Tammy scared them. And she appeared to be very controlling over Sidney. They're like, oh, Tammy's terrifying. Terrifying Tammy.
Terrifying Tammy. So she's the epitome of Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, I guess so.
She's got that leather skin.
Oh, God. So his phone records, they review, right? And they sharply fall off after November 2nd, 2013, the day that Tammy found out about his affair with Heather. Like, his phone records just stop.
He got his phone taken away.
Exactly. So there's no longer any text between him and Tammy or any girlfriends and any friends or anything. And Sidney claims that she had taken full control over his phone.
Okay.
That's probably why he used the fucking payphone to call her.
Right.
And then when she
She's
started
checking the
calling,
phone records.
when she started calling Sidney's cell phone to get a hold of him, Tammy's probably like, the fuck is Heather calling you for?
Mm-hmm.
And some things happen. Okay, so the police were unable to find any evidence on social media, phone records, or dating apps that Tammy had ever been speaking to any other man or that they had an open relationship until November 2nd. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That day, she began sending explicit photos of her to other men on Sidney's phone and began chatting with various men online. So the day that Tammy discovers that Sidney is having an affair with Heather,
She's like,
she
I'm going to go bang
takes
somebody.
his phone and starts flirting with other men on Sidney's phone.
That's crazy.
It's fucking insane.
That's like, I'll fuck your friends diabolical.
It's a level for sure. Yeah, that
That's
is
crazy.
diabolical. And that, like, everything she was saying was a lie. Like, oh, we're in an open relationship. Sure you are. You are because you're being spiteful.
You are now.
Yeah, yeah.
You decided that night when you found out that his relationship was open.
Right. Which is not to say that he should be cheating or anything, but, like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
What a weird
yeah.
reaction.
Yeah.
Tammy made Sidney quit his job at the Tilted Kilt and refused to let him go anywhere alone. According to him and multiple witnesses, she would handcuff him to the bed at night so that it would prevent him from leaving.
Girl, what?
What? He got Tammy's name tattooed above his crotch in an attempt to save their marriage, according to him. Very cute.
Very cutesy, very demure. Is
Tammy.
it in cursive? Yeah. Property of Tammy.
Oh my God. When the police review the data of Sidney, Tammy, and Heather's phone all together, they find that Sidney and Tammy's phones were in close proximity to Heather's at all time after finding out about the affair. So they were like stalking her. she was right to be afraid of Tammy. Tammy had Sidney's phone.
Oh, my God.
And Tammy was harassing Heather. And Heather's phone was always pinged close to all of the other 2 phones. So, like, she was being stalked.
That's scary.
Is what I walk away with.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Or they at least weren't making an effort to avoid her.
Right.
You know?
If it wasn't just Tammy, then it was Tammy and Sydney. So, like, either way, she was being fucking followed around.
Yeah.
Text messages from Tammy's phone show that she had friends and even her own sister follow Heather around and take pictures of her, even inside her work at the Kilt.
Why?
Because she's fucking psycho.
Yeah, but like if I was a sister, I'd be like, why?
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I guess, though, if I were a sister and you were like, this is the bitch she's cheating on me with and she's a hoe, I would probably believe anything you said over the actual truth.
I'd believe it too, but then if you were like, go take pictures of your husband's new girlfriend, this 20-year-old girl at her Hooters job, at her tilted kilt job, I'd be like, you don't want to see that. Like, why? No.
You know, though, but if Tammy is how she is, I'm going to go ahead and assume her sister had the same upbringing.
Fair.
You know?
Fair.
So maybe she matched the energy.
I don't know. I don't think I would do that to you.
I don't think
I'd be like, listen,
either.
she looks really good today.
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
You don't want to see that.
I'm not going to say that to you, but like...
You've had 3 kids. You don't want that.
Tammy.
Yeah.
Come on. Phone records do prove that Sidney and Tammy left the Longboards bar that night and headed to a Walmart, so police obtained CCTV footage and find that Sidney went in alone while Tammy stayed in the car. Mm-hmm. He purchased a pregnancy test and cigars, and they then drove to the gas station to call Heather on the payphone.
That's fucking crazy. They?
Right.
She was like, if she's really pregnant, fucking bring her out here, give her another test, basically.
I'm guessing. And then cigars to celebrate.
Why would you want to celebrate? Are they going to fucking keep the baby?
I don't know. So when Heather, So when Heather called Sidney's phone at 3:16 a.m., but nobody answered, his phone was pinging at his home, which would corroborate his story that he and Tammy got home or were home from Walmart around 3:10. So they went and did all that stuff, but called her, and then went to the fucking Walmart and all that shit.
Yeah, they went from the bar to the Walmart.
And then to the payphone. Isn't that what I said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Called her from
That's
the payphone.
so weird. Like, why?
And then when she called back, they were already at the house.
Yeah, like she tried calling the payphone, but obviously he wasn't there. And then she finally calls his cell phone, and that's when he's at the house.
Okay.
So that part, I guess, is true. From 3:30 a.m. to about 4:30 a.m., Sidney and Tammy's phones stopped pinging and were turned off. So after they got back from Walmart, basically, and after they had talked on the phone, they turn off their phones. Hence why fucking anytime Heather called, like when she was out and about, nobody, it went straight to voicemail, like nobody answered. At 3:37 a.m., Sidney and Tammy began texting each other's phones for the first time since November 2nd, 2013, when Tammy found out about the affair. So it's a setup.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, that doesn't align with the time, though, right? From 3:30 to 4:30, their phones were turned off, but at 3:37, they start texting each other. Maybe they text each other and then turn it off.
Maybe.
I should have probably figured that out a little better. Sorry about that. But anyway, so they start texting themselves since the first time since they found out about the affair. So in my eyes, it's obviously fucking, they're just trying to make it look like they have an alibi or something.
Give some phone records, yeah.
Cell phone towers give a pretty broad view of where your phone could be among the network, but Google can pinpoint your exact location, right? And the police are obviously interested in their Google data. Like, okay, we have all the phone records and the tower records and everything, but Google data would tell us exactly where they're at. So, during Sidney's interview on December 20th, police asked him if his Google data would show that he was at the boat ramp that night. And that was on December 20th, right? Well, conveniently, on December 25th, 5 days after that, Sidney deleted his Google account and all the data from it.
Yeah.
So this was during an interrogation. They asked if we check that. Obviously, they still have to get like a fucking warrant to search all that. But he deletes it all.
Okay. That's not suspicious. Has he ever deleted it before?
No,
like,
I
have you
don't think
ever
so.
turned off your phone before?
Right.
No? You're going to turn it off during these fucking key times?
Yeah, maybe don't do anything suspicious if you're not suspicious. So on December 25th, shout out Jesus, Sidney...
Happy birthday.
Police began scouring home surveillance around the area and discovered one that had caught a black truck driving towards Peachtree Landing at 3:45 a.m. on December 18th. The camera was about 5 minutes away from the landing, and it also shows the truck coming back the opposite way at 3:55 a.m.
Okay. What time did it go? 3:40?
Yeah, so like 10 minutes later.
Okay. That's fast.
Maybe he's just picking her up.
Yeah.
Come get in my car. We're going to do this pregnancy test real quick.
Yeah.
We'll just drive back to my house.
Yeah. Where Tammy is.
Yeah, or something. She's hiding in the backseat. Ha!
Yeah,
Gotcha, bitch.
maybe she's in there.
I don't know. So on December 21st, the Tammy's home security system was taken down and replaced with an entirely new one the next day. How convenient.
This, again, so fucking suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I guess it is suspicious, though, if you did something.
All right.
Like, you can't not be suspicious.
It's pretty hard to not be suspicious when you're pretty suspicious.
Committed a crime. Yeah. Now you're just trying to get rid of the evidence, which is, in turn, suspicious.
Funny how that works.
Yes.
Tammy claimed that the surveillance, security system had been broken, so authorities were unable to gather anything from the old system, but from the new one, they were able to see that on December 22nd, Tammy, Sidney, and Tammy's sister and her boyfriend spent hours detailing the black Ford truck, and the truck was only a month old. Weird.
Why'd they need friends for that?
Weird. Why do they need friends for that? Why are we detailing it? And why would you do that on camera? I have so many questions.
Yeah.
Sidney then burns all the rags that they used to detail the car.
Okay, that's normal. You can reuse rags,
I don't want this
motherfucker.
armor all to get anywhere else.
Yeah.
Tammy and her sister then walk around with mirrors as if they're searching for something in the yard and in the home. Like, I'm guessing to, like, look under shit? I don't fucking know. Speculation here, but either they were looking for something Heather found, left behind, or they thought the police had bugged the house and they were using the mirrors to check for, like, electronics or something. Like,
Yeah.
did anybody place a tracking thing on us?
Mm-hmm.
Around Christmas, Tammy and Sidney started berating Heather and her family on social media. Heather's still missing.
What the fuck?
Heather is gone. And
Yeah.
they presumably know where Heather is. And they decide to use Christmas time to fucking berate the shit out of them.
Why would they do that to her family?
Because they're
And then
fucking awful.
But now you're just drawing more attention to yourself.
I know. Well, and if you'll remember, the family was using social media as a way to find out where she was. And it was
Yeah.
a very supportive place. But then when they started fucking berating them and everything, like they were calling Heather a stalker. And Tammy was telling the police that the Elvis family had something to do with her disappearance. And they were just spewing all this hate on the internet.
Oh my God.
Well, Facebook groups started popping up and anonymous posts and accounts and everything, conspiracy theories, all of that involving Heather's disappearance. And they were all directly targeted at Heather's family as suspects. So then this one place that they used to go for information and like for solitude or whatever became a hostile environment because everybody online believed the bullshit that Tammy and Sidney were spewing
That's fucking
and
crazy.
spreading lies. So then
Well,
they couldn't even turn there.
It's the first person to say something is that
Right.
story sticks for a while. And the
Right,
cops aren't
exactly.
going to be like, we're really looking at this guy.
Right.
Because they're looking at,
And
they're
they're trying
investigating.
to do an investigation.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then people latch onto it and they
Mhm.
run away.
Mhm.
And then suddenly Heather's family was being targeted.
That's
and they're the
fucking-
fucking victims. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
That's crazy.
The internet began suspecting and spreading lies about Heather's father, Terry.
Oh my God.
They said that he spent 10 years in prison and that he beat his wife and kids and that he was being investigated by the Department of Social Services and the police were constantly keeping tabs on him.
Did he spend 10 years in prison?
None of that is true, no.
Okay.
The internet decided to reach out to the police claiming Terry hated Heather's tattoos and her boyfriends and needed to search the Elvis family yard because that's probably where Heather is.
Okay. My dad hated my boyfriends and my tattoos.
That's pretty normal, yeah.
Yeah.
None of this is actually true. And Terry had never been to prison. He was never on the radar for DSS or anything like
Yeah.
that. He was kosher. The Elvis family began to be harassed by the community, people taking and posting pictures of them in public, just trying to live their fucking lives.
Oh my God.
Terry said his friend he had for 25 plus years asked him straight up why he beat his family, and he began getting calls about yachts and race cars that police online were claiming that he owned, but he didn't own.
What?
So basically, the family was being harassed because of online lies
Yeah.
spewed by Sidney and Tammy.
That's horrible.
Terry called the police in one instance where he thought he saw someone following him with a gun in the Chick-fil-A parking lot.
Oh my God.
Turns out it was Tammy's sister, and she claimed she didn't have a gun. Sure.
I didn't even have a gun.
Yeah.
It was just my fingers.
When they searched her, she had hundreds of photos of the Elvis family saved away on her phone.
That's
like a
fucking
psycho.
crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
Well, you'll detail a car, a murder car,
Right.
I'm guessing, with your sister. You're willing to fucking stalk the
Right.
victim's family.
Exactly.
That's fucking crazy.
Well, and on the day that they like search her phone or whatever, she didn't give them consent to search the car. This is the Chick-fil-A parking lot incident, right? So they don't know if she had a gun on her or not because they couldn't search her car.
I feel like They could.
So the gun could have been in there. I guess they could have gotten a warrant or something.
Yeah. Or even, I don't know. I feel like it's like someone saw a gun, so now we get to
Now I get to check.
Yeah. Someone else said they saw it.
However, suspiciously, later that same night, Terry was shot at 4 times in the driveway of his own home.
Fucking what?
Fucking what? And he didn't get a fucking single injury. So it was a terrible shot. Tammy's sister. I'm going to go ahead and guess. I don't really know. But yeah, he was shot at 4 times in the driveway, but he didn't get hit. There's no injuries reported or anything.
That's fucking crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
Like, if it wasn't her or her sister, if it was just a random internet person, imagine being so fucking gung-ho on some shit that you don't know anything about.
That's terrifying.
Oh.
That is terrifying. Okay, so finally, on February 22nd, 2014, police get a warrant and conduct a search of Tammy and Sidney's home. This is months later. Like, they've had plenty of time to cover shit up. During the search, no further evidence was found, but they did focus on the black truck, and they found out that it had a GPS tracking system.
Oh my God.
Don't worry, though, because it had been manually shut off for the one night at 12:07 a.m. on December 18th.
That's fucking crazy.
Which is the night that Heather went missing.
All of this circumstantial evidence. Like,
this is premeditation at 12?
Yeah. Have you ever turned any of that off before?
No, never.
No. But it's convenently off on the day of the crime? No. You're immediately guilty.
And they didn't even talk till earlier in the morning, like later. In that. Yeah. So, like, 12 o'clock, he was deciding, we're going to turn off my tracking system.
Well, one of them was. Yeah. They decided. They were plotting. That's fucking
crazy.
Nuts.
The police ended up arresting Terry and Sidney and charging them with murder, kidnapping, obstruction of justice, and 2 counts of indecent exposure. I guess they both had sexually explicit pictures of themselves on their phones in public places. Like, they were in a public place, took a picture naked or some shit, and they were like, indecent exposure.
They're just tacking on stuff.
Right. They're going to get them for everything. Mm-hmm. See how long they can keep them.
Keep them in there, yeah.
Sidney and Tammy posted their $20,000 bonds for obstruction and exposure charges, but were waived bond on kidnapping and murdered. They were released in early 2015, which is 11 months later, with Tammy's mother's house as collateral for the $100,000 bond on the murder charges.
Oh my God.
Holy shit, that's a lot of money for your freedom.
If you're gonna fucking be in jail anyway because you clearly murdered a person, just
don't waste your money.
Waste your money, yeah.
No.
That you could then give to your mom who owns your house.
Right? Exactly. They agreed to ankle monitors after they placed their bond, right? And they got out.
They don't have anywhere else to be. They've already done everything.
Right? They agreed to ankle monitors and they were allowed to relocate to Florida. The fuck? A gag order was placed for them to stop being assholes online and to stay 5 miles away from the Elvis family at all times, right? So there's a restraining order.
Okay.
In June of 2015, Sidney and Tammy were charged with medical fraud, failing to disclose the income for their business in 2007 and gaining over $10,000. I don't know how or why or whatever, but they got they were frauded, right? They were frauds. Around their release, documents and information about the case that were never released to the public and that was only available to authorities or legal representation began to surface online. So that's weird.
Yeah.
So they're spilling the tea.
They're
online.
leaking stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The prosecution believed that Tammy's family were spreading this information to tamper with the jury during their upcoming trials so that they dropped all charges except the Medicaid fraud in March of 2016.
Mm-hmm. You gotta go away for something, you know?
Right. Yeah. So, like, and basically to get rid of the murder charges, right? Then they would only have kidnapping and conspiracy to commit kidnapping, but no murder charges. Sidney's trial began in June of 2016, which ended in a mistrial. On June 24th, after the jury could not come to a unanimous decision, it was a 10-2 conflict. So it was a mistrial.
Oh my God, that sucks.
I know. In August of 2017, Sidney was found guilty of obstruction of justice over lying about the payphone call and was sentenced to 10 years in prison.
Okay.
The night before Tammy's trial, she broke the gag order by sitting down for an interview with ABC News.
What a fucking idiot. Jesus Christ.
And she also did not have her attorney present because she's just got to sort this whole thing out on her own, you know?
Yeah. Well, hers is going to be a mistrial too then, isn't it?
Oh my God. Well, her trial began in October of 2018. Tammy decided to testify on her own behalf, saying that she had never handcuffed Sidney and that she was being totally framed by the police.
Yep.
Her sister was also called to testify, and basically neither of them answered any questions and called fake news on everyone and everything presented to them.
Oh my God.
That's going very well.
So Tammy's asking her sister questions up there.
Let me ask you a question. Would you ever lie for me?
You've never even had a gun, have you?
I know you very well. So Tammy was found guilty of kidnapping and conspiracy to kidnap and sentenced to 2 concurrent 30-year terms in prison.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In September of 2019, Sidney was brought to a retrial for kidnapping and conspiracy to kidnap. The prosecution brought more evidence to this trial, including a new expert who tested multiple different trucks doing the drive to and from Peachtree Landing.
Mm-hmm.
During Sidney's trial, Tammy's cousin Donald testified that Sidney had shown him a photo of a dead girl with scratches on her face. Donald later realized this could have been Heather Elvis. Thanks, Donnie.
So,
Wow.
let me get this
Took
straight.
fucking years for you to come out and be like, anyway, I saw a picture of a dead chick on her phone.
Wait, I didn't know you guys were looking for a dead woman.
Heather? Oh, Heather.
Actually, she kind of did look like her.
The fuck?
Also, you see a fucking dead person on your friend's, brother's, whoever's cousin's phone? That's not like, I got this from the internet. Isn't this crazy?
No. Yeah. That's fucking weird.
That's crazy.
That's fucking in your truck?
You call.
Yeah.
You call immediately. You go,
Yeah.
oh, okay, can you drop me off at home real quick? I have to make a phone call.
I'm busy suddenly.
I think I left my oven on. I gotta go.
Oh my God. So Sidney was found guilty of kidnapping and also sentenced to 2 concurrent 30-year terms in prison. Didn't I already say that? No, Sidney was.
Sydney was
Sorry.
now, yeah.
Jesus Christ. It's a story I know.
You know what? I am still caught up on it. Because who takes a fucking picture, first of all?
I know, right?
And
Honestly.
second of all, and third of all. Who is like, you know what? This needs fucking...
Evidence,
Yeah.
photographic evidence. It's probably because she was going to use it to extort him somehow, shape, or way, form later in life.
So
like, if
Tammy
you don't do
took
this,
it?
yeah, like if you don't do this for me, Sidney, then I'm going to do something. Not to like let Sidney off the hook because he's
Yeah.
fucking insane and crazy, also. But I'm just speculating.
Sounds like it's
I
coming
could
from
see the
Tam.
motive behind it, and Tammy's
Jesus.
the one who showed her fucking cousin Donnie or whatever he was to her. Anyway. So Sidney was found guilty of kidnapping and also sentenced to 2 concurrent 30-year terms in prison, which I had mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Both Sidney and Tammy filed appeals, obviously. Sidney was denied appeals in 2020 and 2021, and he is eligible for parole in 2046.
Okay.
Tammy's appeal was also denied in 2023, and she's eligible for parole in 2044.
Okay.
Heather Elvis has still never been found, but authorities believe that Heather was lured to the Peachtree boat landing launch area and ultimately murdered because of Tammy's jealousy over Heather and Sidney's relationship. And probably, I'm going to go ahead and say she might have been pregnant.
Yeah.
And they probably found out about it and tested it, and then
And then Tammy was like, I don't want you to be tied to this girl for the rest of...
we got to get rid
Your
of her because she's
child's
pregnant.
life.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing it was a positive.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Like a
fucking-
positive pregnancy test,
I
not
know
like
what
a
you meant.
positive outcome.
No.
I'm guessing it turns out,
You know what?
negative.
It
makes
actually all
positive.
worked out. No, that's fucking horrible. That's crazy.
That's fucking crazy. And I'll tell you what,
me.
mid-2040s is too soon.
It's coming up.
What are they going to be, 60, 50?
I don't know.
I didn't do the math.
I mean, he already was too old to be bagging 20-year-olds, so...
Honestly, that beer-flavored dick or something.
Ugh. Gross.
Gross.
Well, I'm glad they're put away for a long time.
For now. I hope we find Heather, though. Like, what happened to her?
Yeah, what happened to her?
Like, you got to imagine if they... I'm guessing the lake, right? Or whatever
Yeah.
that is.
But
the
if
beach.
they looked in it...
Yeah, like they... But, okay, wait. But we saw the black truck leaving 10 minutes later. I guess you could kill somebody pretty quick. But I would speculate that they're like, hey, hop in. She doesn't know Tammy's there or is hiding or something. Or she suddenly is okay with Tammy being there. And that they take the pregnancy test together. And then they find out it's positive. And then that's when she dies.
Yeah. I could imagine all of that. That would also make sense on why they had a picture of her body in the truck.
Yeah.
Versus,
like
like-
a girl all scratched up. Was it in the truck or did I make that up? Did I read that it was in the truck?
I don't know.
Did we make that up together? I do that all the time, so I have to be careful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where you're like, that's where my brain imagined that a picture would be
That's
taken.
where I see it. Yeah.
But what did old Donnie say? Donnie the cousin, he said that Sidney had shown him a photo of a dead girl with scratches on her face. So that wasn't even Tammy. It was Sidney that showed the photos
Yeah.
of just a dead girl with scratches on her face. And he realized that it could have been Heather Elvis. So Sidney had the... But then Tammy had Sidney's phone, right?
Yeah.
Probably
yeah. I mean, whoever took the picture, but who's fucking taking that picture? That's silly.
That is. But then...
I get what you mean about the blackmail, because then she could be like, and if you ever fucking turn on me,
Right.
I have this picture on your phone.
Right. That you took or whatever.
Or
Or
that.
to like taunt him and remind him like, this is what you did. You did this, you know?
Yeah. Ugh.
Isn't that
Don't
gross?
let your dick stray.
But that had to have happened if he just left 10 minutes later.
I imagine they took her.
Right.
It might have taken convincing to get into the car or something.
Or maybe they killed her there and then
But
threw
you
in
said
the
it was
back.
like 5 minutes away from the boat launch. That one camera that caught the truck going. So then 5 minutes there, 5 minutes back.
Yeah, it's
Be
only
10
really
minutes.
5 minutes at the
That's
place,
like
right?
literally picking her up.
Yeah, like scooping her. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I hope. See, this is one of those cases too. Like, would you give them a lesser sentence or some kind of a deal if they said where her body was?
As the family, maybe? Like,
Yeah.
like you already have a shitty shot at the sentence. Like, they're getting out too soon, in my
Right,
opinion, for my
right.
missing daughter.
Yeah, I need
So
a
at
to
least
life.
give me a body to bury.
Right.
And that closure. Like,
But-
even though we know she's not alive.
I'm so spiteful too, though. Like, I
That's
would
true.
just accept like that she's not here.
I wish I could do that. I'm just like that's like having the puzzle, but the last piece is missing for me. Like the anxiety will just live on forever in my head and I'll just have to live with it in my heart forever.
Yeah. See, but then that's when you flip the fucking table. And you're like, no, you're not. I'm not giving you shit because
You
you
don't get any
already
of the
took
fucking
my
puzzle.
last piece.
Yeah.
You know,
Fuck your puzzle.
I'm not going to give you a chance to return it. That
Yeah.
ship has sailed. Fuck you.
I see. Yeah, I don't fucking know, but that's really sad, right?
Yeah, it's horrible.
I would guess that she's somewhere on the property, right? Like they got rid of the surveillance tapes for a reason.
Right.
So there's something on there. They killed her on the property.
Or even just them leaving and coming back because they can't definitively say that it was their truck in any of the other cameras. But they would be able to say, like, it's you leaving during this time and coming back during this time.
Yeah.
From your own home.
I guess. But to me, I feel like even that wouldn't be enough to, like, warrant the suspicion of removing an entire security footage. I would just come up with lies for each of those. Like, oh, I did do this. You're right. I forgot. I went here. Or whatever. But
Yeah,
to
but
take
then
it all
everything
down
has
just
to
for,
be-
like, your driving record, I feel like I would only remove it for, like, if there was something incriminating. And then they still left the detailing of the truck, which is weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, they don't seem smart enough
Yeah.
to remove it just for in and out reasons.
See, but they also kind of seem dumb enough to be like, get rid of everything.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, don't be particular or any
Right.
rhyme or reason. You know,
Right,
like,
right.
doesn't really matter the why.
Why do they have security footage everywhere anyway? That's kind of weird.
I want security footage everywhere.
Yeah, but in the 2013s.
Girl, I mean, it's the 2025s. I want it now.
I know,
ain't
but in the
got a reason.
2013s, I feel like it wasn't as accessible. Like, you had to go to a sharper image to get a whole surveillance fucking setup, you know? Like, it's not like we had Amazon.
That's true. Now it's on Costco.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. You can go anywhere now. So it feels like such a hassle. And it's not just like a Ring camera. It was 2013. Like, that
Yeah.
was fucking 8 years after we graduated. It wasn't that advanced.
I mean, Brandon was installing security systems during that. No, it was a little after that, I guess. It was still 20.
That was like 2019,
Yeah,
like 5 years
18,
later or
19,
something. I
probably.
don't know.
I don't know.
I don't either, but I find it fucking weird.
Suspicious.
I find it weird.
Quite suspicious.
She
She must be very controlling.
sounds like it. Tammy?
Yeah,
You mean
yeah.
Tammy, the one that, like, you know,
Controlled everything?
handcuffed him and took his phone away?
Yeah, I guess. Handcuffing to the bed at night is fucking crazy.
That is fucking crazy. If
What
it's
are you
true.
gonna pee? He's an old man.
I don't know.
He's got his fucking
Got
prostate
prostate
issues.
issues.
Yeah, he's got to pee 11 times at
I
night.
don't fucking know, man. But that's fucked up. And I just want them to find her body. Did we search the property?
They probably
That
don't have a
fire
warrant
pit?
for it.
Did we sift it? Like, I have questions.
Right. Ugh.
Anyway, so if you guys want to check out pictures pertaining to this case, go to our social media. We're on Instagram, X, TikTok. Facebook is what I meant to say. I was like, something felt weird about that.
Face.
My mouth didn't complete the sentence. Our handle is at ISGD Podcast. If you want to email us, you can do that at isgdpodcast@gmail.com, or you can snail mail us at
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979.
9. We love you guys. Toodles.
Bye.